Tuesday is election day in the city of Venice, with 2 seats on the Venice City Council up for grabs. And in the final days of campaigning, one of the candidates is accused of harassing voters outside a Publix over the weekend, and another had some campaign signs removed. SNN Local News 6 reporter Charles Brown is live in the newsroom now with the latest on this. Charles.
Well, Lauren, Venice has a history of hotly contested elections, and this year's city council races are no exception. The race for seat number 3 on the city council pits Emilio Carlissimo, a retired firefighter, up against Ted Kozarski, a retired television producer. Over the weekend, Kozarski was accused of harassing voters outside of Publix, but he says it never happened. He says Venice is a nice, quiet town, and that if elected, he would work to keep it that way.
We don't need high-rises cropping up willy-nilly. We don't want cement plants put next to beautiful homes. We don't want jets and helicopters constantly roaring in and out of our airport.
Carlissimo calls himself a moderate. He says he chose to run because the city council was simply moving in the wrong direction.
I didn't think anybody on council was representing the average person, and their views were skewed, and that's why I ran, to bring balance to the council.
In the race for seat 4 on the city council, Harry Walia, who declined an on-camera interview, is up against retired attorney Jim Bennett, who was appointed to the city's planning commission by Mayor Ed Martin.
I thought pretty much I could help the city of Venice a lot by using that experience in this town rather than sitting lying in the sun and reading all the time.
In a phone conversation, Walia told us that he's been living in Venice for 19 years and that he wants to balance the budget without sacrificing the city's quality of life. Now, early in the election began, of course, last week. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. There was early voting last week, of course, and the council race involves 11 precincts in Sarasota County. Lauren?
All right, Charles Brown reporting on that election happening tomorrow. Thanks, Charles.